from the year 2006 in the Saginaw News. There was a time when you could hear thousands of pins drop. Believe it or not, there was a time when the most important sports competition in Saginaw over the Labor Day weekend wasn't your fantasy football league's draft. For 20 years, a bowling tournament captured the public's imagination. Bowling? Yes, bowling. It was the State Lanes Invitational, and it drew premier bowlers from all over the Midwest to our city. It was bigger than the Professional Bowlers Association's tour as a drawing card here. I don't know how many people you can cram into a 24-lane bowling center, but whatever it was, and the fire marshal wasn't crazy about it, that's how many people showed up. You had to get there early to find a place to stand up, not to find a seat. The only way you got a seat was to stay there in between rounds and guard the one you already had. It wasn't unusual to see some fans with upper deck seats on top of the soft drink vending machines. Honest. Many factors contributed to the Invitational's success. Chief among them, bowling was a big deal in Saginaw during the 1960s and 70s. That's when there were more than 30,000 league bowlers here. Now there are probably fewer than 5,000. Secondly, it was the one tournament of the year that gave the top local bowlers a chance to match their skills against the best bowlers from Detroit, Grand Rapids, and Lansing. It was a measuring stick, if you will. And finally, the only place you'll see more gambling going on is at the Soaring Eagle. Most of the betting was nickel-dime stuff. They used to have a pool. That was a good name for it because my horses always seemed to be drowning, that you could win a few bucks on. But if the rumors were true, large amounts of cash changed hands during the tournament's annual 4-day run. During the match play portion, spectators' betting would pit a bowler at one end of state lanes against another at the other end. When a cheer went up for a tournament also ran, who bagged a couple of strikes, you knew there was a lot more riding on it than the crowd's appreciation of fine bowling form. The tournament's leaders, meanwhile, toiled in anonymity. Nobody was willing to bet against him, I guess. Sometimes the action spilled over to another bowling center. Somebody would start yapping, and the next thing you knew, they took it to other alleys to settle it. A bunch of us followed one such grudge match in between rounds over at Crooked Creek. But the best thing was watching the tournament itself. After the Labor Day weekend, you couldn't wait for your league to start the following week. Sadly, it has been 25 years since the last State Lanes Invitational in 1981, and there will never be anything like it again. In fact, there may never be another Labor Day weekend sports event in Saginaw even half as exciting.